So we just got out of the theater. We got to see Snow White, and it was quite interesting. This is our first out of theater reaction
Mhm.
that we're going to do for Citrico Central, and yeah, I have to say I pleasantly enjoyed it. Like it wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the fairest of all, um, but much better than what I thought it was going to be. The songs are very catchy. I feel like that it's like on a Broadway style form, I would
Mhm.
say. Um, but of course, like nothing beats like the classic traditional Walt Disney animated classic. But I feel like that there was things that weren't mentioned in the animated film that they filled in with
Yeah.
the movie because they had to make it, stretch out to a full length feature film. When it comes to the dwarves, um, they still are a little bit funky looking,
Yeah.
but I think as the movie progresses, you kind of get used to
The way they look.
the way they look
Hmm.
based off of the style of the film.
Hmm.
Because there were some instances that I feel like you would still have to add CGI to it anyway, based off of what the dwarves were,
Look
what they
like.
were doing,
Yeah.
like in the mine and everything. Um, Also, the queen, you know, very dark. Very.
Hmm.
There were some instances where um, it kind of reminds me of that 1980s Snow White rendition with Diana Rigg, who played the queen, where when the magic mirror gets destroyed, she gets destroyed. Um, so, oh, by the way, that was a spoiler alert. um, but I don't know how many of you would actually go and see this movie. I recommend going and seeing it.
Yeah.
I feel like that this movie would have been fine just on Disney Plus.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like what they did with Lilo and Stitch, of how it was supposed to be Disney Plus, and now they got it coming into the theaters. I feel like with Snow White, it probably would have just done well on Disney Plus. I think to kind of push it into theaters might have been a little bit too much, but I feel like the negativity and the hatred towards this film, I think, is clouding the judgment to have people go see this, and you really honestly should go see it for yourself because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Um, Also, too, another little spoiler that the still photographs that they had humans as the dwarves, so to speak, that was a still photo of the bandits. So now I don't know if Disney re-changed the script that it was supposed to originally be the dwarves, or if the fans just kind of blew it out of proportion. That when they saw the photo with the people in it, like they assumed, oh, these are what's replacing the dwarves. Um, but they were actually the bandits in the film. Um, if I had to rate it out of 1 through 10, I'd honestly give it a 5. I'd give it a solid 50, like 50%. That's more than what I thought I was going to give it.
Mhm.
What would you say?
I give it from like light to like the
1 to
live
10.
action.
Yeah.
I give it about a 5 or 6.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Because I enjoyed it, and then I like a lot of the songs on there.
I
They
do
are
too. The
really
soundtrack
nice.
actually was really good. They did have some of the classic
Hmm.
Snow White songs, and they added a lot more again to
Hmm.
stretch the the movie out. Also, too, um, a lot of people were thinking, she wasn't going to have that kiss, to awake or what have you, or fall in true love. I won't give in too much, but there is some romance in the movie for sure. Um, but I just say to all of you, um, this is a very quick review. As I said, this is just an out of uh, theater reaction. If you would
We
like,
just gotta.
yes, we literally just got out. If you
Mhm.
would like a longer interpretation of our thoughts in full detail, um, I could do an actual in depth review if you would like. But as I was saying, for all of you who are questioning the fact of going to see this movie because of the backlash, for whatever your thoughts are on it from the whole time this movie was in production and delayed, and I just strongly suggest going and seeing it for yourself.
Give
Whether
it
you,
a fair chance.
yes, um, no pun intended, but yeah, if you want to come to see it in theaters, wait for it to go on Disney Plus. Whatever your prerogative is, that's fine. But we strongly, highly recommend that you go see the movie for sure. So yeah, this is our very first out of theater reaction, starting off with the fairest of them all,
Yes.
Snow White. And as we always say, stay healthy, stay safe, stay Disney. Italiano out.